What's up, guys? This is Chris with Surfing and Swerving, and as my family and friends know, I like to move around. So I normally spend like between 3 to 6 months in a different city or state, somewhere cool like Vail, Colorado, Destin, Florida, or for the past 2 months, I've been in Nashville, Tennessee. So I'm just gonna kind of go over my 5 favorite things to do in Nashville, Tennessee. I like to get out and do new things, so this will be my list. So if you're gonna go on vacation, if you're thinking about moving there, here's gonna be my top 5 things to do, okay? Okay, number 1 is gonna be Lower Broadway. Now that's gonna be like the main touristy thing to do, but just seeing the flows and the rivers of people along Lower Broadway is pretty exciting. Honestly, I'm from St. Louis. It doesn't even compare at all. Lower Broadway almost reminds me of like New York City, or it reminds you of the Las Vegas Strip. It's a good time. A lot of celebrities have like their bars there, like Luke Bryan's, Miranda Lambert's, Kid Rock's, Big Honky Tonk. A lot of really cool bars that are open till late. A lot of these bars are like 4 stories high, so each level has a different DJ or a different band and has a different vibe to it. Lower Broadway also has some really good food, real good desserts. It has a place to buy boots, a place to buy little souvenirs, and it's just a good time. I recommend also checking out Printer's Alley, which is right off of Broadway. This is where all the tourists go, so it's definitely, you're gonna see a lot of like bridesmaid parties and bachelorette parties. People on the sides of the street just hanging out. It's a good time. Grab a beer, check out some live music, check out Lower Broadway. Now, number 2 is gonna be the museums/learn. Tennessee, there's a lot of stuff that goes on there. It's actually known as the Athens of the South. So being the Athens of the South, they built up the Parthenon. So check out the Parthenon. It is awesome. It's better than you think it's gonna be. Also, they have all kinds of museums, like maybe Johnny Cash Museum or Patsy Cline Museum. They have the African American Music Museum, the Country Music Hall of Fame there. They have all kinds of different museums and things to check out, whether that be the Art Museum or somewhere at Centennial Park. If you're gonna be there for a while, it's nice to learn about the area, the landscape, and the history of the places. I also went to the Hermitage of Andrew Jackson, which was the 7th president. There's 3 presidents that came from Tennessee, and the Hermitage is definitely worth checking out. Gives you a lot of information about westward expansion and the War of 1812 and the Battle of New Orleans. So there's a lot of museums. No matter what you're into, there's gonna be a museum for you. Number 3 is gonna be to check out the bars and the restaurants. Obviously, we talked about Broadway earlier, but Nashville is such a big city and it's so on the rise that it has different sections throughout the city with really cool restaurants and really cool bars. Some of the neighborhoods I recommend checking out, like Germantown or East Nashville or 12th Pine. There's all kinds of different little sections with different restaurants and bars, and a lot of the restaurants are really good. Like maybe check out M Street, which has some restaurants in the Gulch. They have Kane Prime Steakhouse, which looks fantastic. They have a lot of really cool breakfast and brunch places in Nashville. If you're checking out the restaurants and bars, check out the Assembly Food Hall. Really cool spot. It's like a little food court and it has over 30 local eateries in the Assembly Food Hall, and that is right there in downtown. So check out the bars and restaurants, not just on Lower Broadway, but in the other little subdivisions and smaller neighborhoods, because tons of really cool bars. Like there's one bar called, I think it's Rosemary, and it's actually in a neighborhood in a house. So I mean, just really cool bars and a lot of cool things. It's a big city, so it comes with, big cities come with really good restaurants, really good food, not just Broadway. Get off of there and go check out some of the other awesome spots. And now the next one is gonna be get outside. Now there's plenty of reasons to get outside in Tennessee. Obviously you're at the beginning of the Smokies, so you're not quite east enough for like the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, but there's a lot of really cool state parks like that are within distance of Nashville. So whenever I say get outside, that means maybe get on a river, get on a lake, go fishing, boating, jet skiing. There's tons of nice lakes and rivers in Tennessee to swim in. Also, that means check out the state parks, like there's Radnor Lake State Park, Long Hunter State Park. Just go to Centennial Park and go for a walk. There's plenty of things to do. So whenever you get outside, you get that vitamin D, which is actually a hormone, so you feel better just being outside. But if you're in Tennessee and you're not at least enjoying some of the different landmarks that are in Tennessee. Like there's Lebanon, Tennessee, which is pretty much all built on caverns and caves. So maybe go on a cave tour, go to a state park, go on a hike, or jump in a lake. Okay, last but not least is going to be to go to an event. Now, there's plenty of things to do, whether you're with your family, whether you're with your friends. You could go to Lower Broadway, go to the Ryman Auditorium. That's awesome. Maybe go see a comedy show at Zany's. The Grand Ole Opry is there as well. Nashville is a big up-and-coming city, so it draws a lot of people from all over Nashville. So whether that's sports, like as the Tennessee Titans, or sometimes they'll have different tournaments, like the SEC tournament was there. Definitely check out the Predators. They're a really good hockey team. There's always an event, always a show, always something going on in Nashville. So definitely go to an event while you're there. Well, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned something new. Enjoy Nashville, Tennessee. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if this helped you out. Otherwise, enjoy Tennessee. It's a great spot, and I'll catch you on the next big city. Thanks, guys.